Okay, thanks for coming, everybody. We'll start with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thanks again for coming out. Just a note for everybody here, the meeting will be uploaded in the morning to the website rather than tonight. Any deletions, corrections, or additions? I got a couple things of the mayor's report. I'll update on a joint ventures meeting I was at this morning, and then an update on the pool opening. I would also, no, that's fine. That's all I got. I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda.
Make that motion.
Thanks, Dan. Have a second? Thanks, Mel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consent agenda. Any questions on the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Visitor to the council, Sharon.
You want me now?
Come on up to the podium and share with us.
Hi, I'm Sharon Davern. I'm a city council person from Manorville. And I'm here to show you what one of the committees I have. We formed a committee called Community Relations. And we were approached by a woman with an idea that we thought was brilliant, and we'd like to take it as our own, but it's not. And so I'm going around to introduce to all the municipalities what this is. And then we're going to roll it out sooner or later. This is, I'll give you each one. There's still some changes that need to be made. These are what we're calling refrigerator cards. Okay, and you'll see there is no such entity as Dodge County Public Safety. We named it that because hopefully it includes everybody in the county. I got some more.
Thank you.
And what this is in 1997, Itasca County Sheriff Pat Maduri actually developed these, and they've been used around. I happen to know Pat, so we were able to get him by televideo to tell us how they did it, what things. But what this is, and the Sheriff's Department's behind this, pretty much everybody is, we would be asking everyone in the county, not just senior citizens, to fill one of these out. And there's some typos, so they still need to be tweaked a little bit. The green card, although it would probably be pink too, it's just the printer ran out of pink, would be for a wallet. And then this pink card, you see it fills out pretty much every standard thing that a first responder or a police officer would need to know going in an emergency. We'd ask them to fill out, like I say, one for each person in the family. Even if there's no medical concerns, we want to know that. And then they get put in these little plastic containers, folded up, and they can put a DNR, DNI, whatever, in there with it, and it goes on your refrigerator. It's got a magnet. And so that we would then be training all of our first responders when they come in to look and grab that, if it's on there. Those little plastic things come with these little stickers that you might put on your door so that they know for sure there's a refrigerator card. And these, of course, would be free to everybody. We'll figure out funding later. I don't think it's going to be that expensive. But we would like to try to make sure that everybody does this. It really will help our first responders. It'll help somebody else. And I explained, for instance, let's just say that we have a single mom, and she goes down, and she's out. Her kids aren't going to know what to tell that first responder, but this will. you know, in case she has a medical emergent or medical condition or whatever. So, we started this, and like I say, I've been kind of, actually, the head of one of the ambulance was supposed to be coming to you and all of that, but he is on leave, so I said, okay, I'll pick it up. I've talked, basically all I'm asking of the entities I see right now is to say yeah, or to give any feedback about them. And our next step would be to get the Sheriff's Department, get some key players together and say, how do we roll this out? What are we gonna do? And so, there might be somebody from your council who might wanna get involved in how do we roll this out. So, thoughts or questions?
Pretty good idea. We just actually formed an emergency services committee,
We did.
so I'll kind of kick this to them. They have a meeting coming up, and then they can discuss
Call
it
me.
there, and then they'll be, the police chief, fire chief will be involved in that too, so we
Okay.
can get you your contact info.
I will bring in some cards. I left them in the car, but I'll bring in some cards. Yeah. So, and J.J. Williams, you know, from our fire department's been involved in this. Again, Dodge Center, I dropped it off at Hayfield. I think I should be hearing back from them. I'm not really sure how you could say no. And I said, you know, if even just looking like, I paid for 200 of these just so we could, it was $140. I don't think this is gonna cost us a ton. I still have to hit up the county board too. But it might be we come out and say, can you kick in $100 or something? It's not gonna be anything huge. The huge thing's gonna be getting the word out and then routinely reminding people to update their medical card. We're talking about putting on like our water bills every 6 months, you know, and then we would look to you to say, where should we put these so people can access them? You know, not just, for instance, in the Sheriff's Department or whatever, maybe your restaurants, you know, things where people maybe don't have to be real, if they're a little shy, they don't have to be looking for these, but can pick them up. Talking to Pat Maduri, he's retired now, but he said it just made all the difference for their responders. So, and if you look at those, I know I'm just kind of shoving these at you now, and you see some changes, please let me know. You know, we plagiarized their card to some degree, but we did make some changes. You'll see that the printer forgot, it's not preferred doctor, it will be preferred hospital. We'll put religious affiliation instead of church. And we are not entitled on the white sheet for entities. So, but I'm a little entitled to maybe, I don't know. So, any other thoughts? I will go get my cards and give you all that.
Could we have a couple of extras?
You can have
Just for
a
the other
bunch.
groups that'll be at the public service.
Right. Here you go. You can have a ton of them. You're my last big thing, except the county board.
Thank you.
Actually, just saw the county board this morning. Just go ahead. These aren't for the, you know, public disseminations, because they've got a couple of corrections, but,
Sure. I'll give you these back so you can take them.
okay,
There should be enough for the committee.
okay.
Thank you.
May want to consider a second date on here, effective 2 or something like that, so that in and itself serves as a reminder to the householder that, you know, this date is the end date of this card, so I may want to update it. Otherwise, just a single date, this could sit there for 2 years.
It could, and likely will.
And in that case, old information may be worse than no information at all.
Well, and that is a really good point. We put the date completed, and hopefully they'll do that, but that's also why I'm saying, you know, and on the TV channel that runs whatever, we may want to really update your medical card. Hopefully we can talk with some of our medical professionals, remind your people to do that kind of thing, but yeah, you're right. So,
Perfect.
any
Thank you.
other thoughts? Thank you. I will go get my cards, and so can I say Casson's on board?
We'll have let us talk with our public safety committee first.
Okay.
And then we'll let you know.
Okay, that'd be great.
And that'll be the first Wednesday in June.
Okay.
Wednesday in June.
so just let me know then.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks.
Thank you. I don't have any comment cards in point form. Down to the mayor's report, just to report, Dan reminded me that, Saturday the pool is gonna open for the season, noon, and the water is supposed to be 78 degrees today. I don't know how they got it there, like Dwayne said, but, it'll be warm enough
They
for the kids.
did say the heaters have been on.
We'll warm enough for the kids. And then I just have a report, about once a quarter, I attend the joint ventures meeting, so some of the newer council members who don't know what joint ventures is, it's a group that was formed with, City of Casson, City of Manorville, and the school district to collaborate on joint projects that benefit all three entities, sharing most of it's outdoor stuff, whether it's athletic fields, or they bought, some different equipment that we use for landscaping and that type of thing, so each entity didn't have to buy their own piece of equipment. It's how we built the batting cage up at North 2, or behind North 1 at the North Park, that was just completed here this past fall. And there'll be some other projects going forward, but a lot of the ball fields and things that you see outdoors, those are all done jointly, where Manorville School and Casino kicks in. So we've got just about, I think today we just reached where we pooled about $250,000 over the last 10 years, so, just to update on that. And then on to administrative report.
Okay, Minnesota Transportation Alliance membership, I know that was one that, Council Member Buck had been interested in participating in. Is there interest in renewing that membership for the upcoming year?
What, I think we need to be a part of the,
Okay. Okay.
of the organization.
Okay.
We have a lot of transportation things coming that the state's helping pay for over the next 3 years.
Okay.
So,
All right. Then I wanted to let you know about the, CMMPA annual meeting on October 10th in Mankato. Peter Kelly Detweiler was one of the speakers at the CEO, conference that I went to. And he's just, staying on top of the latest trends, in electricity, to the point where he believes that there will be no grid, in our lifetime. So, he's fascinating. He's, talking to folks all the time about the future of the electric, grid. So, if you can, join us on the 10th. It'll be in the evening, includes dinner. Thank you. And then, for this one, actually, I will request a motion, to be able to serve liquor at the Aquatic Center for the Chamber event. It's, Chamber After Hours on May 30th from 5 to 7 p.m. And also, to let you all know, to attend.
I'll entertain that motion.
I'll make that motion.
Stan, do I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Dwayne. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay, and then, I've been in touch with NextEra, ever since they started talking about their wind farm, over near Dodge Center. They let me know what their preferred routes for their transmission lines were going to be. They took those preferred routes to MPUC, and the Public Utilities Commission, asked that they take a look at 2 alternative routes north of Highway 14. So this would essentially be, the city's response. There will also be public comment periods. So members of the community, property owners who receive the same notice will also be able to, weigh in. But we're basically letting them know that high voltage transmission lines would not be appropriate, north of Highway 14, so. If you have anything you think that we need to add to the letter, we'd be happy to do that. Nicholas, I gave him the assignment and he took it and ran with it, so. If this looks good to you, we'll, provide that as our official, response.
Do you need a motion on that?
No.
Oh, okay,
No.
administrative, thank you. All right, no engineer tonight, personnel committee update. So we've got several things on the table here. we brought back the firefighter. There's something on the table there in front of everybody. Several positions to do. The first one, let's talk about, is the new members that are being proposed to be added to the department. Be 7 new members. We've had some attrition there and some anticipated attrition coming up in the next few years, so it's important that we keep the flow going and get some new people in there to keep it full. So you've got that before you there. So if there are any questions, the fire chief is here. If you have any questions for the chief directly, but we talked about it as a personnel committee. We agree with the need for the recommendation, so.
One question.
Yep.
How many members will that put you up to? Is it
34.
34? Okay.
Anything else? Okay. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Thanks, Mel.
I'll second that.
Thanks, Dan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, there's 2 other ones. One that says deputy fire chief. This was posted, we approved that to be posted. There was one applicant, James McAndrews, who is currently the captain. And it's being recommended that he be promoted to the position of rank as deputy chief of the fire department. One thing that I think to discuss as a council is the recommendation is the rank of deputy chief retroactively effective January 1st, 2019. He's been doing the duties since then. Not really being officially till today. So that would be, I think, the debate for the council is, do we want to make that retroactive to the 1st or retroactive or effective today?
Which deputy, wasn't there 2 deputy chief positions or?
One's already filled.
One's filled.
One's been filled for a
Which
while.
one is?
Doug Robinson retired.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's the administrative
Okay.
position, yep.
I just wanted to make sure I was.
Yep. Yeah, the job descriptions that you approved at the last, I believe the last council meeting was the separation between the operations and administration.
Yeah.
This is the administration.
Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure I was.
Chris Selden currently holds the operations position.
I guess I'll just throw out there, I don't think we can make it retroactive to the 1st of the year, because we didn't have the position approved until 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
That's just my
Makes sense.
opinion. That makes sense. I think we'd be setting a precedent if we didn't have a job description approved and then say it was retroactive before the job position was actually approved. So that's my opinion. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Comment on that? No. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the appointment of James McAndrews to the deputy chief position effective today.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Thanks, Mel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. The next letter there was to request if we approved the deputy chief position for Jim, then that would vacate a captain's position, and the fire chief's just asking for approval to then post that captain's position within the department for applications. So, do we need a motion on that? I guess we should.
I'll make a
Yeah,
motion.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Dan. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Lonnie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
It's easier.
Okay, so that takes care of that one. Next is the wastewater operator 2 position. We had extended an offer. We had a counter offer from the gentleman who said he would accept it, but he would like $28 an hour instead of the $26.62 that was offered. Under other conditions and circumstances, you know, you usually would say no. But right now in this job market, for someone who's qualified, has the experience for about $2,800 or $3,000 a year, are we gonna say, sorry, let's keep looking? We've already been looking for months and months and months. There's just no applicants out there, so.
And we gotta fill the spot.
And that's just the job market we're in right now, regardless of the industry, that's just the way it's going. So I would recommend that we accept that counteroffer at the $28 an hour.
What grade and step would that put him?
Not quite step 6, but it's still a grade, it's still grade 9.
Grade 9, step 5.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in between there.
That,
Yep.
so we had that in record.
Yes.
That was a motion.
I'm
I'll
making
second
the
that.
motion. Yep, thank you. And a second by Dwayne. Any other discussion on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Seasonal street worker, we didn't even talk about this in the meeting, but, Alex Black applied for the position. Charlie did talk with him, he did pass the background check. So if you would approve hiring Alex Black as the seasonal streets worker, he can start just as soon as school starts.
Okay, just clarification on that.
Yeah.
So we did the budget, we approved a year-round, point, whatever, and now we're going to, is it okay to just call them seasonal?
Seasonal, we're doing a seasonal worker.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're within our,
Mhm.
not violating anything there, okay. All right. I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Thanks, Lonnie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next, we're gonna go into closed session. We'll reopen the meeting when the closed session is over. We're gonna go into closed session for a litigation update, and it will not be recorded.